How did I know that? Magic. It's definitely what I got. Freaking magic. Well, you're not alive. There's alive people. But there's a traitor somewhere in here. This secret passage was absurdly impossible to find. Oh, I think they're dead because of the madness. Oh, terrible. There we go. Very good at that. There's footsteps all over. I wonder what they are. Got 5 Grace Mimics and more Yellow Ember. And for all I know, many secret passages. There's definitely enemies. I don't think it's supposed to be difficult. Ooh, how do you get back there? What? Try enemy and then parrying. That's weird. If I were designing that level, and that was a thing that you could do, getting back in there, I would make that the most amazing reward. But I think what that is a secret passage from behind. Golden Rune 11. Wait, are we gonna need to drop? Yes, we are. And that's why people are dying. Because, well, platforming, innit? We got Frenzied Cookbook 2-1. That's what we got. And targeting system trying to kill me. Mostly because I clicked on the button even though I shouldn't have. Now this looks like a secret passage, but it isn't. And we got some hefty beast bones. We're going down, aren't we? Let there be tranquility. Yeah, it wasn't a traitor, as it turns out. I think I know what I need to do. Do I? Perhaps. Because you see, there's an item on this side. That was known as jank. This is death, isn't it? How do I get anywhere with this? What? Okay. I don't think we're supposed to go through the other side. I think people die here, though. Oh, this is rough. Oh, that is just all manner of jank. People... What? You're supposed to go over here? Oh. So here's what I was trying to do. Running in this direction. So that I can do that super dangerous move that I just did. But I pressed B instead. Why did they decide that this was a good idea? And why am I doing this with so many souls? The trick. Oh. I don't know if I should give up on the souls. Let's get them again, but this time I don't want to have to lose them. I'm gonna use a sacrificial twig. And I also know what I need to do. I need to jump closer to here. It's a lot about the distance game. These are really difficult jumps, by the way. And this one is a tricky one as well, like... Oh, crap. This one is actually over there, wasn't it? Because if I jump on that... No. It's on the down... Yeah. This one is tricky. I'm not supposed to jump up top. Oh. And now we lost that, which is a good thing. A real good thing. Because now all we need to do is just level them up. Get some levels up in here. Ooh, going up by 3. That dexterity, sweet, is what that is. Okay, now let's finish the jumps. Like, I had fun my first time around with this. When I was just like not knowing where to go and all that. That was fun. And then it wasn't anymore because it's absurd. There's probably a good positioning, or a good position for this, but I think the idea... Well, you can correct with that. Now I'm here. Not good. But that happened, and I didn't die. This happened, and I didn't die, and we got Inescapable Frenzy. Is it inescapable? Or is it very escapable like all the frenzies that we've seen so far? This one is a fingerprint stone shield. Wait, that matters, actually. It's a shield. That's cool. But that matters because it is the fingerprints. A great stone shield with an intricately carved fingerprint design. One of the heaviest of all great shields, part of the tomb of an ancient god. The readerless fingers relayed their message through these imprints, said to be the very seeds from which frenzy first sprouted. Now, if you're just listening to this and you haven't seen this shield, and this is a, fantasy setting and all that, what do you think a fingerprint is? What would you think that means? You'd probably think maybe like the marks that fingers leave on the sand if you push them against the sand, or wet sand anyway, or if you slap somebody across the face and you leave a handprint, the fingers and all that. That's probably what you'd expect. In fact, that is what I was thinking whenever fingerprints were going. What I was not thinking is the digital prints that were only discovered to be, well, they weren't discovered in the 19th century, but they were discovered to be unique in the 19th century of real-life history. That's what the fingerprints are. I was not expecting that. Next, we'll find the DNA stone shield. Or something. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Another one of those. What do you have for me? Try right. Shut up. I'm trying left. Always try left. That is worrisome. It makes me think like I'm missing something. potentially the best reward in the game. Either way, we're down here, so great success is what this is. And we're dropping. Not without jank. Always with jank. This is gonna be another ulcerated place thing, isn't it? They tend to show up. Oh, there's a bonfire. Yeah, because this isn't a dungeon. This is a passage. Frenzied flame prostitution. Oh, and she's here.
So you're here as well, are you? I realized as we've talked, I'll be a maiden, and you, surely a lord. Go to the door ahead. After divesting yourself of your possessions, it will surely open, and the three fingers will welcome you. May the flame of chaos find purchase within you.
I don't like the sound of that.
Go to the door ahead. After divesting yourself of your possessions, it will surely open.
I don't like the sound of that. Will it do that automatically? And if so, should I remember what my possessions are? Because I don't like that. Let's do it. Hello? It's three fingers. Why did I have to be naked for this? Oh, that is the Estus sort of burning. Oh, that's why I have to be naked. Now I'm marked with the actual fingerprints. Oh, I can't attack here. Hey, that door did a thing to me.
The flame of chaos has nestled within you. Could you please rest your hand upon me? Burn me with the flame to make me your maiden.
That's not how that goes.
Oh, it burns. My eyes, they're melting.
Well, you did say you wanted to be a finger crone, and they don't have eyes.
Thank you. I have touched them. The words of the three fingers. As your maiden, Allow me to divine them. All that there is came from the one great. Then came fractures, and births, and souls. But the greater will made a mistake. Torment, despair, affliction, every sin, every curse, every one born of the mistake. And so, what was borrowed must be returned, melted all away with the yellow chaos flame, until all is one again.
So I think what she's talking about there is going against the Two Fingers quest line, because there's a big difference between 2 and 3 fingers here. I think that's the implication. Also, how many maidens do I have? I'm a little bit confused about that. It's fine. But important there is the returning to the one again. I think that's the whole, all that divides chaos and all that, and that I ramble about it being a misinterpretation of things. More importantly, that does strike me as the same sort of theme. So, it's probably the same storyline as Dark Souls, where in Dark Souls, basically the Age of Fire was being kept up, where humanity was basically condemned to be undead a bunch of times. Not really, that's not quite how it works, but they were undead all over, because the Age of Fire basically was cursing people. But it was the only state of affairs that the Lords of Fire had. And so in Dark Souls 1, you're presented with the option to rekindle the Age of Fire, or to leave and not rekindle it, and let what come next happen. And that's basically been the theme of every Dark Soul. Particularly the Dark Souls 2 has touches that, and it's like focuses on that a lot. But all Dark Souls Demon Souls as well have basically the same themes, and Elden Ring seems to be having the same theme as well. So the good ending is go against that, because repeating is what got us all in this whole mess in the first place, isn't it? Although what got us all in this whole mess in the first place is a very cliche thing to say, but well, it is a cliche theme and story, to be honest. It's funny because it sort of exists very much in the line of roguelikes, in the line of games that have New Game Plus, or that you start and die and then start again and try again. Diablo 1 famous for being a hugely impactful roguelike game, had an ending that basically justified the beginning of the game. So spoiler alert for Diablo 1, and if you played the later Diablos, you know what the ending is, so there's no spoiler alert really. In the end of Diablo 1, basically you get to kill Diablo, and the character that you kill Diablo with, basically, in order to contain Diablo's soul, imbues Diablo's soul in his own forehead, or her own forehead. Canonically it's his, because it's the warrior that does it, but still. And by doing that, becomes the new Diablo. So when you play the game again, it's basically like you're playing the same world, and it's just, oh, it's the new Diablo that was my previous hero. And that's very cutesy and sort of explains a little the whole repetition over and over again of the same game. But it gets old very fast once every game has the same theme. But also, fun fact for Diablo 1, that wasn't actually the original intention of the ending for Diablo 1. Sierra, I believe, was the company publishing Diablo for Blizzard North. For Condor. Was it Condor? It might have been while they were still being called Condor, the studio that developed Diablo 1. But I don't remember exactly, because I've seen interviews. But the fun fact is, the publisher requested an external company to make the ending cutscene, and that external company got zero input for the storyline from the game developers. So Diablo 1 has a canonical ending that was not written by the developers, was written by the outsourced company that made the cutscene. Basically, when they first saw it, they were like, "Oh, this doesn't fit at all." When the developers saw the ending cutscene, but then they were like, oh, "Okay, whatever, it kind of makes sense," and they sort of ran with it. And Diablo 2 is all about that. It just builds on that one sort of corporate mess up, really.
Those who gave me grace howled without words, saying they wished they were never born. Become their lord, take their torment, despair, their affliction, every sin, every curse, then melt it all away. As the Lord of Chaos, no more fractures. No more birth.
Yeah, that's why I keep rambling about that's not what chaos is. Uniformity is the lack of entropy, whereas chaos is... Oh, did she burn? Yes, she did. Whereas chaos is a lot of entropy. Frenzied Flame Seal. It is probably a focus for spellcasting. And Frenzied Stone, but that's normal. Freaking hell, she died. She burned to crisps. Through and through. Well, let me equip my armor. Perfect. We're ready to go then. Does she disappear when we rest?
You have inherited the frenzied flame. A pity. You are no longer fit. Our journey together ends here. And remember, should you rise as the Lord of Chaos, I will kill you. As sure as night follows day, such is my duty. For allowing you the strength of runes. Goodbye, my companion. Goodbye, Torrent.
No, Torrent knows better. Also, you weren't my companion. I never talked to you. That's just not something I did a whole lot. So, yeah. And now we have just a little bit of fire. And I assume I am again maidenless. Well, there we go. It turns out that was very important. I didn't know. I didn't know it was going to be so important. It was mostly just talking to characters, and jumping down a pit, and finding this super hidden dungeon. But like in Dark Souls 1, where the good ending is super hidden, it's super difficult to get. It's a lot more difficult to get than this one, because it needs you to kill bosses in a really weird order, as if you knew already how to get to things. Because yeah, I don't. From Software doesn't like it when you find out about their story. It really isn't the point of the game in the first place, story. But at least I don't. They make their games as if it isn't the point of the game because they hide the story. they hid such an important character in like off to a side. But either way, that is that, and we have another character that we lost track of. Let's go back to the Lost Grace table. People might not be happy with me here. Hey, do you know what I did?
Well, you know what this means. The Earth Tree has spurned you. The fingers remain still, shaken by this turn of events. They are busy consulting the greater will. When they are finished, the fingers will again offer their guidance. But thousands, if not tens of thousands, of moons must first pass. No matter for me, but you. How will you ever manage to wait? Oh my.
I want to burn the impenetrable thorns. Yes, I want that, actually. That is a good call.
Heavens forbid. That is not the domain of mere men. The burning of the Earth Tree is the first cardinal sin. And you say you seek the power of the Rune of Death too? The Rune of Death goes by two names. The other is Destined Death. The forbidden shadow plucked from the Golden Order upon its creation. Unleashing the rune now would be unthinkable. The fingers would never permit it. Nor would the greater will. But here we are. The fingers dormant, severing our link to the greater will. The realm and all life in ruins. Impossible events transpire beyond the ken of the fingers. Who is to say that the cardinal sin must be cardinal forever? Go on. Finish the job. Take the course you deem most worthy.
How do I do that?
You must find kindling. Only the smoldering flame in the great forge of the giants on the highest peak in the lands between can burn the Earth Tree. But special kindling is required to reignite the flame. For the flame to burn the Earth Tree, a sacrifice is needed. Of one who envisions the flame and can lead you to the rune of death.
Really? I'm gonna need to burn somebody?
Now go forth. Let the words of the fingers guide you.
The fingers are still. Yeah. This whole greater will thing is never explained what the heck that's supposed to mean. And, it irks me. Either way, the character that I came here to talk to was the warrior. The warrior that shows up over here. Over there. But apparently nowhere else. There we go. So, that bell bearing is theirs. Yeah, I don't know where she shows up.